Repeat after me. I am prosperity. I am success. I am greatness. I am the best.
See, I am what I say, right? I said there's no limits except for the ones that we place on ourselves.
So tell me kind of what it means to you to be speaking at the Martin Luther King event in Greensboro. It's a big community thing.
To be at an event like this today as the keynote speaker, I really understand that I have a duty, obligation, and responsibility to speak life into people wherever I'm at. Wherever I'm at, my duty is to educate, motivate, and empower people to transform their mind and body. So to be able to honor Dr. King on this day and to be able to get people to understand that they need to get back to living the dream is going to be a feat in itself, because people don't take ownership of the dream. We think it's Dr. King's dream when it's all of our dreams. So today is going to be something special as we deliver something to you that can get you back to dreaming again and taking ownership of the dream so that you can become the dream.
I am prosperity. I am success. I am greatness. I am the best.
Applause for Mr. Lynch Hunt.
Thank you. Thank you. Great morning, everyone. Such a great morning to celebrate a great man with such great people. Thank you for having me. So every year we come together to celebrate and reflect on one of America's most powerful and motivating civil rights leaders of all time, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. See, some of us go out on this day and perform some civic or moral duty in honor of Dr. King, and it makes us feel empowered. If you're feeling empowered just a little bit right now from some of the stuff that you heard thus far, just throw your hand up and wave it at me real quick. Good. Now I want you to savor that feeling for a moment. Then I want you to ask yourself, how can I feel this feeling every day? See, in order for you to feel this feeling every day, you're going to have to become the dream. I'm going to need everybody to repeat after me real quick. Say, I am the dream. I said, say, I am the dream. See, Dr. King once said, if you can't be a pine on the top of the hill, be a scrub in the valley. But be the best little scrub on the side of the rill. He said, be a bush if you can't be a tree. If you can't be a highway, just be a trail. If you can't be the sun, be a star. For it isn't by size that you win or you fail. Be the best at whatever you are. The dream wasn't just Dr. Martin Luther King's. The dream is yours. What I'm going to do is root you in the reality of the possibility of living the dream, of becoming the dream, of being the dream. I'm here today to tell you what it takes to become the dream and to live the dream every day. And if you're wondering why or how I'm qualified to do that, it's simple. I've become the dream. I've become the dream, so it allows me to live the dream, which means I am the dream. Repeat after me. I am the dream. See, my dreams used to wake me up every day when I thought I understood the purpose of my dreams. I had no idea that the purpose of this dream was rooted in leadership. See, when you misunderstand the purpose of something, it will be abused. I said, when you misunderstand the purpose of something, it will be abused. See, a lot of us don't understand the purpose of money, so we abuse it. A lot of us don't understand the purpose of our body, so we abuse it. A lot of us don't understand the purpose of marriage, so we abuse it. Remember when I said if you don't understand the purpose of something that you'll abuse it? Yeah. Well, I abused my influence, and I abused my entrepreneurial skills, and I became the leader of an $8.3 million drug ring. I had to spend 10 years in federal prison. It was at that very point when I said to myself, this is not me, this is not who I was meant to be, and this is not how you'll remember me. It was at my darkest moment that I began to dream again. See, Dr. King once said, only when it's dark enough can you see the stars. Langston Hughes once wrote, what happens to a dream deferred? But Dr. King once answered, it leads to bewildering frustration and corroding bitterness. See, I was frustrated and bitter once I stopped dreaming. When I stopped dreaming, other people's things became appealing. I now had a dream. I had a dream that I would take this challenge and adversity and use it to my advantage, because Dr. King once said, the measure of a man is not where he stands in times of comfort and convenience, but where he stands in times of challenge and controversy. I said I had a dream. I will use this time to prepare, to become what it was that I dreamed to be by seeking one thing: knowledge. See, by seeking knowledge, I became the light. I became the light in a dark place during a dark time. Because Dr. King said, darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. I began to see it, that means visualize it. I began to say it, that means affirm it. I began to write it, that means set goals, and I began to work it, that means execute the strategies, tactics, and processes needed to fulfill the dream. See, I began to learn, study, practice, and master human behavior, psychology, self-help, personal development, spirituality, health and wellness, body language, whatever subject that was connected to enhancing my overall growth and development, because I had a dream. I became fully committed to living the dream. Though I was starting a new life with a new wife at 37 years old in a new city, only making $6 for 30 minutes, I still had a dream. And as the leader of an $8.3 million drug ring, $6 for 30 minutes might not cut it, but I took my time to become someone else. I was no longer him because I had a dream. See, I could hear the words of Dr. King when I had that $6 for 30-minute job. And you know what he said? He said, if you can't fly, then run. He said, if you can't run, then walk. He said, if you can't walk, then crawl, but by all means, keep moving. I just needed to start where I was with what I had to make something happen, and I began to build a brand with name and face recognition. I started to make things happen by building value, and as AWOL continued to add more value, the brand began to become significant. See, success is when I add value to myself. And a lot of us here are successful, but significance is when I add value to others. Once I started adding value to others, I realized I had a calling and not a career. Somebody said, I had a dream. See, Dr. King once said, we're all caught in an inescapable network of mutuality tied in a single garment of destiny. What affects one directly affects all indirectly. For some strange reason, I can never be what I ought to be until you are what you ought to be. And you can never be what you ought to be until I am what I ought to be. Somebody say, I am the dream. But I'm here today to expound on why we are not living the dream. See, we're not living the dream because we don't have enough courage. When I say courage, I mean the word courage comes from a Latin word, core. The core means the heart. And we're not living the dream because it's not in our heart. And when I'm talking about the heart, I don't mean this thing that pumps blood throughout your body. I'm talking about the heart of hearts. I'm talking about the seed of the soul. See, the dream is not in the seed of the soul. The seed of the soul is the mind, the will, and the emotions. I'm going to need you to get a dream and put it into your mind. Put it into your will and put it into your emotions. See, what I did was when I was in prison was I took the dream and I embedded it into my mind. I realized that through human behavior and cognitive behavioral change that I had to deprogram and reprogram my subconscious mind. I realized that in order to do that, I had to change my environment and associations and my thoughts, feelings, and emotions. See, your subconscious mind is responsible for 95% of your reality. And if you don't program it, someone else will. Right. See, we get commercials that come across TV, and it's called subliminal advertisement. These people are well versed in cognitive behavioral change. So all of a sudden, you get an inkling for pizza, and you order it. See, what you don't realize is that the brain is operating on 9.5 to 10.5 wave cycles per second when you first wake up in the morning and before you go to sleep at night. That is the frequency that you need to produce spontaneous mental imagery inside your mind. The mind only works in pictures. If you can change the picture in your mind, then you can change the programming in your mind. If you can change the programming in your mind, you can change what comes about. See, I realized this when I was where? When I was in darkness. But I need you to realize that what I did in darkness wasn't for me. What I did when I was in darkness was for everyone else that would benefit from my becoming. Somebody say, I am the dream. See, in programming your subconscious mind, it will dictate what your conscious mind does. Have you ever driven your car somewhere and you start texting or you're thinking about something else and all of a sudden you end up at that destination? I know you're not supposed to text while you're driving, but I know you do. Your subconscious mind took care of that. Your subconscious mind takes care of you brushing your teeth. Your subconscious mind takes care of you tying your shoes. There's a lot of different things throughout the day that's on automatic programming from your subconscious mind.
Thank you for being a product of King's work, Mr. Lynch Hunt. Thank you for also showing people that you can come to Greensboro, not be a namesake, and have one of the most thriving entrepreneurial bodies in this city as a minority male who has, quote unquote, a questionable past, but without question, there is no question today as to whether or not only do you belong here, but you are part of the fabric of this community, making the economic framework for it.